of Love Connection, Chuck Woolery.
Thank you, John. Thanks, everybody. Nice to see you. Welcome to the show. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's get started by meeting our first guest. She was born and raised right here in Los Angeles. She's been divorced for about a year. She prefers to go out dancing alone, and she believes that a lot of women are envious of her looks. Please welcome Cynthia Caballero. Cynthia, how are you? Well, why do you think that women are envious of your looks?
They tell me so.
Do they?
Yeah, they hate you.
Do they?
Because of the way I look.
Yeah. Well, has it always been that way since you were a kid?
No.
Or did you just blossom at a certain age?
Blossomed.
How old?
About 13.
Well, it's pretty early blossoming. I want to remind everybody what happened yesterday is what I'm trying to say. Our studio audience saw Cynthia's three choices. They voted for one. Going to take a look at all three men and catch you up. First, Michael describes himself as adventurous, demonstrative, and slightly obnoxious. Then there was Charles. He says he came to Love Connection because it's a good way to meet women and it's free. Finally, Kurt. Kurt says that he sizes up women like a mechanic looking at a car. The audience vote was recorded yesterday. We'll get to that a little later, and Cynthia is now going to tell us who she chose.
I chose Kurt.
All right, he's backstage. Say hello to Kurt Baker. Hi, Kurt.
Hello, Chuck.
How are you? He says hi, by the way, in case you didn't hear him.
Hello.
And,
I didn't hear.
Tell me what happened. Tell me about the date.
Okay, I called him up, and he said that we would go to a beach and then out to dinner. And through conversation, I found out it was a nude beach we were going to go to. And I guess I wasn't going to find this out until we got there.
Oh, now what was her reaction to that, Kurt?
She was a little offended, Chuck.
Now,
She got a little huffy about it.
Now, did you suspect that she wouldn't be offended? What were you thinking when you decided you would do this?
Yeah, what were you thinking?
Well, I thought it would be a novel approach to a Love Connection date.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And besides, the beach we're going to, there's like a regular beach on the left and then the nude beach on the right. She could make up her mind when we got there.
And what did you think of her on the phone, Kurt?
I thought she was a little rough around the edges, a little hard here and there. I could tell she was a woman who definitely knew what she wanted and wanted to have things her way.
So, does he pick you up?
No, he has a motorcycle, so I pick him up. And I met him at the door. I didn't even have a chance to knock. He just opened the door. And then we went to play pool.
So you're going out to play pool?
Okay, 20 minutes after we get there, some man across the room yells at me, "Hey, you in the white dress." So my date's hiding behind the pool table. I stand up for myself.
No, Chuck, this is what happens,
and I say, if you want to talk to me, you come over here and talk to me. Later on, the guy then apologizes to me, and I asked him to apologize to my date because I figured that he was out of place and very rude, and that my date should have been apologized to. It would have been more nicer.
This is what happens, Chuck. We're at the Hollywood Athletic Club. She's got on this slinky white little outfit. We're playing pool. She's bending over the table.
Kurt, let me back up just a second. She's got this slinky white little outfit. You say that with some kind of like slinky white little outfit.
Yeah,
did you not like this outfit that she had on?
As you were drooling in the car.
I'm sorry?
Excuse me?
Uh-huh.
It looked good on her. It hung in the right places.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
All right, so she's got this outfit on, and
we're playing pool. There's 20 guys. There's one woman, her. All right? She's bending over the pool table, making her shots. Comments made. She immediately spins around and says, "Hey, why don't you come over here and say that?" And here I am going,
That's
"Oh,
right.
jeez."
Well, he hides behind the pool table.
No. I was standing right there.
Then how come he came over and apologized to you like I asked him to?
Because you asked him to, I guess.
Because he showed more class.
Oh, he showed more class?
He apologized to you
This is the man she called Jungle Man.
Yeah, to get back at him for making a comment to you or to me through you where you didn't even stand up for me.
Yeah, you're a big girl. You can take care of yourself,
yeah,
remember?
and I sure did while you hid, huh? While you hid behind the pool table, huh?
You hate this jealousy stuff, remember? You hate the jealousy stuff.
That's right, and I wasn't asking you to be jealous, but be a man and stand up for your date. At least show some kind of respect.
Okay.
Yeah!
and now what happens?
Then we go back to my house.
Malibu Grand Prix.
Nothing happened there.
Nothing happened.
That was the best part of the date. We were in separate cars.
Was it really this bad? I mean, up to this point?
I didn't think it was all that bad, but I mean, he was making a lot of moves towards me. He was drooling constantly.
And you weren't comfortable with that? 'Cause you didn't...
I mean, basically
untrue.
because I'm a stripper or an exotic dancer.
Do you think he just wasn't attracted to you because you were who you were? I mean,
I think he just looked at my body and that was it.
Is that true, Kurt? I mean, you can...
No, it's untrue, Chuck. I know plenty of women with better bodies than hers.
Well, the thing is, he only sees the outside of a person. I could see why they would want to go out with him, right?
Well, you're so classy up till now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, now what happens after you go back to your place, right?
Okay, then I throw down some nude pictures on the table, and he goes, wow.
No, that's not what happened, Chuck.
Right.
We walk in the room, and she goes, well, since you're so interested in seeing me nude, here, go ahead and look at these. So she whips out some nude pictures.
Well.
And they were all right, but nothing to get excited about.
Right, but that's why he offered to give me a massage, and in order to give me the massage, he would have to take off all my clothes again with the nudity.
This is the strangest date.
You're telling me.
She brought up the topic of massage, Chuck.
What are you doing throwing nude pictures down
To
front of
get
this
back
guy
at him
anyway?
for wanting to take me to a nude beach. I mean, come on. If he wants to take a girl to a nude beach and he wants to give her a massage and take all her clothes off, then what's he interested in?
Hey.
He wants to see, here's a picture, see that way.
Okay, so now what happens after this?
Well, we decided to go ahead and go on motorcycle riding.
Okay.
On his motorcycle.
Well, now, if it's going so bad and you're just so
Because I'm trying to make the best of it. I didn't think of him all that bad. I figured, he's only human.
Are you just, well, I gotta...
And I do give a lot of benefit of the doubt to
Are you
people.
playing with him?
She's playing with me, Chuck. It's
Yeah,
like,
why not?
It's
It's a
like
woman,
tease,
man.
tease all night long.
Well, she says she was. She admits that she was. Okay, so now you go... How'd the date end?
Basically, he took me to his house, and they had a little birthday surprise for him. As soon as his roommates went to sleep, no, his roommates. I would never do that for him. And then they took me. After his roommates went to sleep, he takes me by hand and says, come on, he's going to show me his business card and his lithographs in his room. So I lay down in his bed on my stomach, and he starts to attempt to massage my back, and I figured since it was hurting, I would let him. Then from there, he works underneath the shirt.
She allowed me to do all
and
this
then
stuff.
all of a sudden, yeah, because my back was hurting.
She was so condescending. Just to
You
be
got
so
it.
nice to me.
So, and how did it end?
He said, why don't I call him when I get home to make sure I made it home all right? And I figured I didn't want to wake up his roommates, so that I would go ahead and let him call me. And he never called that night or the night before or night after.
Well,
So basically, he didn't care who made it home safe.
I get the impression for some, maybe it's just your mannerism or whatever, but I feel like you're mad at him for some reason.
Basically, because he didn't take me as a person. He took me as just a sex object.
Okay, let's take a look and see the audience pick for you.
Oh, God, now we know who.
Well, let's see. Well, after all that, they picked him, too.
I told you.
76%. Well,
No way.
no. Well, Kurt, I mean,
Thank you.
you seem like a nice guy. I'm sorry we didn't make a love connection for you. It happens, but thanks for coming on the show.
no problem,
Hopefully we'll
Chuck.
see you in better circumstances. And Cynthia, we tried.
Totally,
Thanks
dude.
again. And we'll be right back with another couple. Stay with us. She claims she thinks that emotionally she's more male than female. And she claims that when it comes to men, she doesn't have a favorite type. Please welcome Stephanie Torini. Hi, Stephanie. How are you? Well, most people, I suppose, have a favorite type of man or a favorite type of woman on the man's side. Usually with blonde women, they like dark men. A lot of times. But you don't have any favorite at all? No type?
No, I love them all.
Oh.
I love them all. Tall, short, fat, thin, hair, bald. As long as they're charming.
As long as they're
As
charming.
long as they're charming.
Uh-huh. And you said that you're also emotionally more like a man than perhaps like a woman. What do you mean by that?
Well, women tend to be more teary-eyed, emotional. They think with their emotions. I tend to be more like a man. I blow things off. I forget.
Do you go to the chalkboard? Do you ever know? This is my theory, is that when men and women have arguments, women want to be held and say it's going to be okay, or reasoned with, or whatever. Men get chalk and go to the board and say, this is the reason we're having a fight, and they've right. Are you more like that? Are you more deductive
Definitely. You know, if I have a problem, I just come out and
than emotional?
right.
You know, well, it is more like a man, probably. Yeah. Okay. We're going to take a look at the tapes that Stephanie saw. Remember, you're going to vote again. First, there was Brian. He enjoys lifting weights, body surfing, driving fast. He thinks that what women like about him are his smile, his eyes, his hair, his legs, and his sense of humor. And he says that a lot of makeup turns him off. And here's more on that.
I like, going out with the person that I'm looking at. I don't want to find out something later on, you know, that they're hiding something with makeup. I just want somebody who looks good, you know, when they get up in the morning.
Okay. Next, Jay rates himself a 10 because he's, quote, good-looking with a fantastic personality. He's looking for a woman who's free-spirited and knows how to dance and gives good hugs and back rubs. And here's more from Jay.
It takes a while to date somebody before I really even determine whether I like who they are as a person. You know, in terms of physical attributes, sure, you may like a girl a lot in terms of that, but to actually get to know them, I don't believe in using people. I don't believe in, I think they have more value than that. I don't think it's my place.
Finally, Michael was born and raised in Kentucky, describes the women in Los Angeles as flaky and materialistic, but darn good-looking. He only dates about once a month, and he'd like to have 3 or 4 children. And here's a little more from Michael.
I'm not a perfectionist. I clutter things, but I know where things are at, you know. It's more of that area. I don't like dirt, but I do clutter, you know. Take my shirt off, throw it on the floor, kick my shoes off here and there, leave the newspaper here. But it takes a whole 10 minutes, 15 minutes to clean my apartment up. But I just don't like dirt. That's what I mean by neat.
All right, those are the 3 men Stephanie had to choose from. You met her, you know a little bit about her. Who would you match her up with? Audience has made his choice. Stephanie's going to tell us who she picked. Who'd you pick?
I picked Michael.
You picked Michael?
Michael.
All right. We're out of time. She's going to find out everything that happened on Stephanie's date tomorrow. That's our show for today, but we'll be back tomorrow with Stephanie and more singles trying to make a love connection. Till then, I'm Chuck Woolery. I hope all your dates are good ones tonight. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Terrier bald as long as he's charming. She has a trick for avoiding guys she's not interested in, and she says that a lot of men think she's flirting when she's not. Please welcome Stephanie Torini. Stephanie, welcome back. Well, what do you do that someone would think that you're flirting when you're not?
Well, basically, I'm a very open, touchy person, and it doesn't matter if it's women or men or children or adults. And if you do that to a single man, sometimes they think that you're coming on to them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And you have a trick for keeping unwanted guys away?
Well, if I'm not interested, I don't like saying no. I mean, I don't like, I do not, I don't want to hurt their feelings. I mean, it takes a lot of guts to ask a woman out.
Does that ever get you in trouble?
Well, I put my wedding ring on. I just put a wedding ring on, and, oh, I'm married.
Oh, I see.
And so I don't hurt anybody's feelings. They don't feel bad. I don't feel bad.
Okay, yeah. All right. Going to remind everybody what happened yesterday. Our studio audience saw Stephanie's 3 choices. They voted for one. I'm going to take a look at all 3 and catch you up. First, Brian, he believes that women like his smile, his hair, his legs, and his sense of humor. Then Jay rates himself a 10 because he's, quote, good-looking with a fantastic personality. Michael is from Kentucky. He describes Los Angeles women as flaky, materialistic, but darn good-looking. And the audience vote was recorded yesterday. We'll get that a little later. Right now, Stephanie's going to tell us who she chose.
Michael.
He's backstage. Say hello to Michael Schneider. Hey, Michael.
Hi, Chuck.
How are you? Good. Where are you from in Kentucky, Michael?
Fort Thomas.
Fort Thomas, down in the southwest end, right?
No, north central.
Yeah, north central end. That's right.
A little bit further.
I've spent a long time since I've been to Kentucky, but it's nice to have you here, Michael.
Thank you.
And you're going to tell me about the date.
He could not drive to Palm Springs, so I decided to drive to San Diego.
So you live in San Diego, Michael?
Yes, yes.
I see. Okay.
Yes. So, so that's what we had decided to do.
So you go pick him up, right?
No, actually, Michael was very charming. He had arranged. Yeah,
charming?
He was extremely.
This is the operative word, folks, charming.
He was extremely charming. He arranged for me to stay at the Embassy Suites, and he said, why don't you meet me at the Embassy Suites, call me when you get there, and I'm 10 minutes away, and I'll be right over.
Okay.
So that's what. I get to the hotel, and beautiful hotel, and walk in, and call Michael, and Michael says, I'll be right there. So I'm in the lobby waiting for him, and he shows up, and his video did not do him justice.
Is that it?
Oh, his video did not do him justice at all. He's huge. He's big, broad shoulders, blue eyes, and a tush to die for.
Is that it?
He was absolutely gorgeous.
So it was worth the drive.
Oh, definitely.
Just
definitely.
checking.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. And what did you think of her, Michael?
Well, she was very attractive, Chuck, and she had a very form-fitting outfit on that showed all of her curves very nicely.
Uh-huh. I see. Well, you all are certainly visually impressed with each other.
Yeah.
How did you greet each other, Michael? Do you remember?
It was pretty mutual. She's a very affectionate person, like she said.
Yeah, that's
and,
what she said. That's why I was curious.
We just kind of walked in, and it was mutual. We just both pretty much hugged one another, and it was a very affectionate hug. And I thought, as well as this hug was going, I might as well break the ice, and I gave her a kiss at the same time.
I wasn't complaining.
And apparently that was okay with you.
Oh, definitely.
Now what happened?
We get to dinner, and he had this restaurant picked out, and he had this special table on the water with an ocean view that was absolutely romantic, great. It was wonderful. So.
Well, you're just kind of all mushy about this, aren't you?
I was in heaven. I mean, this
you
guy.
You still are.
Yes, he took over. I mean, here I was the one who was supposed to plan the date, or, you know.
Chuck, since she was out, she had to drive all the way from Palm Springs, I told her, you do the driving, and I'll plan the date.
Uh-huh.
I figured that was the least I could do. I figured if I had to drive to Palm
Springs. Sounds like you're doing okay. Now, what happens after dinner?
Well, I mean, we have this great dinner, and then he says, well, you know, we're going to go somewhere else. Okay, it's been great up to now. Let's go. So we get in the car, and we start driving, and we go up this mountain. And then all of a sudden, Michael leaves for a couple seconds. He gets out of the car.
Yes.
Yes. And he comes back, and he has a bottle of Chardonnay, 2 crystal glasses with our names engraved on them.
Oh,
and yeah, oh my God! I mean, why wouldn't you like him? He's gorgeous.
Well,
he's
this
charming.
guy's somewhere between an operator and charming. I mean, what? should we go on or should we end this?
Actually, it was very nice. We had a great time. And he had pretzels, and we had.
For some reason, pretzels just didn't come to mind at that point, but okay.
You need a check.
Well, how did the date end?
He had to work the next day,
I see.
all day, so he takes me back to the hotel, and he gives me this passionate kiss. Absolutely wonderful. And we said goodnight.
C'est la vie. C'est la guerre.
Yes.
Say goodbye. Okay, well, let's take a look and see what the audience picked for you. You sound like you had a date that you're still remembering as we talk. They picked Jay? Well, I mean, Jay's probably a real nice guy, but for some reason it's by a large margin. But, you know, we'll pay for a date with Jay. If not, you're on your own. You can do what you like.
Well, I'd kind of like to see Michael.
Yeah. Is that all right with you, Michael?
Sure, Chuck.
Yeah, come on out. How long have you been out here from Kentucky, Michael?
4 years.
Oh, so you've been here a shorter time than I have. It's nice to have you here.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you guys had a great date.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, good. Nice to have you on the show. Stay in touch. Let us know how you're doing, will you?
Great.
Yeah, I'm going to come right back with another couple. Stay with us.
But this Tuesday, he's in royal form.
The deal of the year on Ford Taurus is now even better because your lease payment is now even lower. Just $237 a month for 24 months on Taurus sedan or wagon. Or you can choose low 2.9% financing or $750 cash back. Don't wait to take advantage of these 3 great offers on Taurus sedan and wagon, because the deal that makes the best-selling car in America an even greater value ends January 4th. Ford Taurus.
Now is the best time to buy at Sears with some of the year's best prices throughout the store. Save 40 to 60% on clothing, shoes, and accessories for the family when you take an extra 25% off already reduced items during the great takeoff only at Sears.
Nell, nominated for 3 Golden Globe Awards, including Best Picture and Best Actress Jodie Foster.
You remember that?
Share the gift of innocence. Nell, rated PG-13, now playing at theaters everywhere.
I wasn't due for another 2 weeks. Suddenly there I was, having a cesarean. David